Akseda so what say wa itse re manyora re fihlile ba Mogale ba lendile ke coffee le Mogalis. Ha re ba kena no mfethu vibalin he re ba kena re koko le ka a diwele.
Hi everyone!
Hi everyone!
Don't I do this all the time?
That's exactly what you do every time. Hi everyone!
Hi everyone! Welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Kabelo Mogale and this is my amazing husband.
Of course.
You are?
You know me by now.
No, then you subscribe.
I'm Mogale. I forgot my ring. Let me get my ring.
I've not seen anyone who cannot leave the house or cannot do stuff without his ring. But that's a good thing.
I leave my ring. No, I don't leave my ring. I take my ring off when I get into the house because some of us, our fingers are not used to wearing rings. And I never used to wear rings before.
Yeah.
So now, when I'm out, I wear it because you gotta know.
Even though some people don't care whether you're wearing a ring or not.
Of course.
But that's a story for another day.
We'll put it out there for those that do care. And for those that don't care, we'll get a backhand. Just joking.
Anyway, welcome to our channel. It is a new week.
Of course.
And this week we wanted to talk about something. It's an interesting conversation. It's an interesting topic. And that has to do with parenting, right?
It's a conversation many would say we are not qualified for yet.
Yes, definitely. But we believe that, it's a conversation we want to have. It's not about whether we're qualified or not. It's giving our perspective. It's giving what we think, what we are assuming our journey is going to look like, what we hope our journey is going to look like.
Definitely.
We still have a lot of learning to do. We still have a lot of getting used to, There's just a lot. You've got something on your eye.
You also have something on your eye. I was about to say, did you do your makeup in the dark or something?
I didn't do my makeup at all.
Oh, then what's all it is? Okay. Yeah, we good. She was saying.
Yes, so it's a topic that we feel strongly to talk about, only because these are the conversations we have when it's just the two of us. We ask one another these questions. We are going to be parents soon. That is a reality.
Yeah.
And we understand thoroughly that our style of parenting is going to have to be different.
Completely.
Yeah, so it's a conversation I think we love having, and I think it's a conversation that you can have as well. If you're going to be a parent, if you are a parent, there's nothing wrong with adjusting, transitioning, changing, or keeping to your parenting style. So
true.
Yeah.
And the more conversations we have as people, the more we actually get to learn.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I remember before we even got married, I used to talk about marriage a lot of times, and we both used to talk about marriage a lot of times, and there's so much. People will limit you and say don't talk about something you've not been through, but I do believe that the Holy Spirit can give you wisdom and knowledge for situations and seasons you haven't been to yet. But
Paul wasn't married, Baba, and he spoke about
it. You know what I'm saying? So I think also it's not that we're experts, but we do trust and rely on the Holy Spirit that He's given us the wisdom and the knowledge, and mostly importantly, the understanding to take on this new journey. Yeah. So let's get into the fun things. Let's get into the games. Shadi got a few questions, and
I actually have a game.
See what she got.
I have a game. I just took 8 questions from the game. It's a game that we played at our baby shower, and I thought it was really
so
nice.
Amazing.
It was really amazing. Thank you to my friends and my family and hubby. And hubby, I didn't know much about it. I just knew a little.
She knew some.
I knew some. But that's because some people dropped the ball a bit, but that's a story for another day. It was amazing. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so we'll start with the first question. Baba, you ready?
It's a game. Let's play.
So the first question says, who's going to change the most diapers?
That was answered at the baby shower.
But this is not the baby shower, my love.
Me, of course.
Which is true.
And not even because it's like, oh, I'm so present as a father. No, I think that's part of it, but I think I'm excited, and I think also at the same time, it's just to relieve you of the 9 months of carrying this amazing baby boy of ours.
Okay. And then the second one says, which parent will be quicker to call the pediatrician if they think baby is sick?
That's your answer. She is.
I think... Definitely. But you know what, guys? Let me tell you. You never know. Once a person, this buck guy, as a parent, they become someone different. However, I won't lie. I think I probably will be the first.
You are the person that's going
to call the pediatrician.
I'm gonna check everything first. I'm be like, you dying? You losing your legs? You losing? If you're not, then you're good.
But if we have to compare the two, I think I will be the quicker one. Yeah. And then the third question is, which parent will be more patient?
Hey, I don't know.
I know it's me.
Hey, you ain't even patient with me.
Baba, that's not.
I'm like, I don't know. Honestly speaking, I don't know. I think the baby is gonna teach us a new level of patience.
Definitely. But I think with our nieces, babe.
Yeah, but they're not
my
ours.
side and your side.
They're not ours. So I my patience level with them is limited to the day I spend with them, and then they're not. I return them back to who they belong to.
Sender.
You know, they're not mine. But now you're mine. Now you're here. I have to keep you alive. I have to look at you poop and pee and eat and cry the whole time.
Okay.
And actually continue to limit the amount of sex I gotta have. So I don't know.
Baby, we'll be strategic.
But cool. But fact is, it gonna happen like that, and I don't know how patient I'm gonna be. I just think I might learn a new level of patience.
I think so, but yeah. Okay, the next one is, who's going to get up more in the middle of the night to check on baby?
I mean, I'm a light sleeper.
We're both light sleepers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, I don't know, that's quite a difficult one, but
I think because of us.
Yeah, the both of us, but because we need to give an answer, I'll say me, because I need to feed, I guess, but you need to.
You don't even need to feed. You just need to breast pump that thing.
Y'all hear him.
So I mean, we all out here.
Okay, and the next one is, who's going to worry more during labor and delivery? Guys, I can't wait to see this man during labor and delivery. I want to see, you know, this street, hey, buckness. It's gonna fly out the window.
Let me tell you.
No, he's very soft-hearted.
I am not buck. Yes. I'm fine. I mean, I'm open, I'm easy, I'm all that. If you touch me, push me to the limit, I might show you a different side. But I'm really not.
He's
buck.
Soft-hearted. He really is.
Yeah.
He's soft-hearted. So I don't know. I think he will have times of worrying, and reasonably so. You know why?
Yeah.
Because I, on my end, might have to think, okay, is baby fine, etc. He has to think, is mommy fine, is baby fine? I need to do what I can to make sure that they're both fine.
Is my wife fine?
Yes.
Mommy, I see my wife fine.
Is my wife fine, and is baby fine? So I think I'm definitely going to give that to you. Yeah. Which parent will spoil the kids more?
Remember, I ball, baby. I ball.
He definitely is.
I might need a budget. I might exceed the budget.
No. You know what? And I think we'll talk about this. We'll definitely talk about this when we talk about our finances and how we handle our finances. But just a quick one. Our financial love languages are extremely different. You know, we're different in personality. We're
everything
both,
is different, okay?
Yeah, but his financial love language is splurging.
No, but it's reasonably splurging.
Yes.
I enjoy moments. So when I say I ball, I'm not talking about I'm popping bottles.
He's not reckless.
I'm talking about I ball on moments. So if there's a moment that we're sharing with people, friends, or with her,
that's how you express your love.
Let's enjoy. Let's order those oysters. Let's eat something new. Let's go to a new place.
Let me take your bill. And not tell me.
Yeah, I mean, let's buy him Jordans from China Mall if that's the case. As long as he's wearing Jordans, you know what I'm saying?
You're lying. You would never buy Jordans from China Mall.
Yeah, actually, I struggle, guys. I struggle. I think. I struggle so much.
And my financial love language is to save. I think I show my love financially to us by saving. Yes, I splurge sometimes. Sometimes I can be quite impulsive.
I don't know how withholding money.
That's a lie. It's not withholding, it's saving.
I mean, that's almost like what saving is.
There's a difference. No, Baba. No.
Okay.
No.
Maybe not.
No. No. Okay, so which parent suspected pregnancy first?
You, of course. You've been praying for it before I even...
That's a lie.
Wait, have you not been praying for pregnancy? I mean, praying for it.
I have been, but I'm saying who suspected that we were pregnant between the both of us first?
You.
You think so?
Yeah, it was you. I was just like, you crazy. You keep buying all these freaking pregnancy tests
call me crazy.
Okay, maybe you're not. but you were acting a little bit crazy because you were buying all these pregnancy tests and they just kept on saying negative. But yeah,
Okay.
she knew first.
And then the last question, just to cut the game a bit short, is which parent is going to be stricter? I think I am. And at the baby shower, they said me. Majority of people said I would be.
Yeah, I think also I'm going to be strict in the sense of building masculinity into him. Because there's certain things, femininity cannot breed masculinity, and masculinity cannot breed or bring forth femininity. So I'm going to be a lot more stricter with things that I know build up healthy masculinity inside of him, and those things that I would see from a man's point of view that he's doing or he's going through that she might miss. So I think for me, I'm gonna be stricter on his masculinity being healthy, and
how he expresses that.
and how he expresses that, and certain principles he needs to know, and all those things. Yeah. And I think for you, I don't know what you're gonna be strict about.
I think
that's too much candy. Can't eat too much candy, boy.
Definitely. I do think there is a bit of a responsibility on me in terms of making sure that my family is healthy. Yeah. That's something I feel convicted about, making sure that my family is healthy. So I'm definitely going to be a bit strict on that. Not in a negative way. The baby is definitely going to eat well. I mean, just the same as I try and make sure that you have your vitamins, you eat healthily as well. And then we'll see other things. Strict on sleep patterns, or what is it called?
That boy better come out sleeping well.
Yeah, things like sleep training, things like routine, those things, because I'm quite a structured person. I plan. I like structure. But is it calling it
strict, or is it just
But
being...
it's not strict. But what I'm trying to say is I'm going to be firm on those. Yeah. Making sure that we are quite firm on those, and we don't, you know what I mean? Like,
nonchalant about it.
Yeah, we're not nonchalant about it.
All right, sweet.
So, Baba, let's talk about parenting. We're done with the game. I think there's something that you once taught me, or you spoke to me about. We were driving, I can't remember where we came from, and you mentioned it, and I think Pastor Stephen Furtick also spoke about it in terms of what parenting or godly parenting should be about. I think I actually got
it from him.
Is it what godly parenting should be about? And I really love that. I even wrote this down, and this is like a while ago.
I think it's actually not just necessarily godly parenting.
It's just what parenting should be. Yeah. So here I wrote a parenting should be means of bringing out something in your child. It's to bring forth, right? Yeah. God as a parent has been bringing forth from us what he has placed in us. And that's what parenting should be about. Bringing forth in our children what God has placed in them. Yeah. And I loved this so much, because I feel as though, and I think we spoke about it as well with Pastor Victoria, that each child is different. Child is different. We all have a different purpose. I mean, one of my favorite scriptures in Jeremiah speaks about God saying, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. You know, and I set you apart for a particular purpose. And so, and this is before we were even born. And so we believe that our child, and every child, has been given a purpose. God has placed a purpose in every child. And the best way to parent that child would be to get wisdom from God about, you know, what is this purpose you've placed on this child? Yeah. And once I know this purpose, or once I get an idea, then I raise them up in a manner that will help steward that purpose. Yeah. And so that's the foundation of how we're looking at parenting. Yeah. And that means each child will be parented differently. Yeah. There won't be a child that will be favored or loved more. No, it just means we're going to raise them up in a manner or understanding what their individual purpose is. True. And I think that has a lot to do with parenting, apart from the practical stuff. But I think that's where we are going to flow from when it comes to parenting.
True, definitely. And I think that's being Christian or being people that believe in Jesus. I think everything has to flow from that. Like I say, how I go through marriage, and hey, you just been married, oh please. How I go through marriage is the fact that I see my marriage as Christ and the church. Mm-hmm. So if Christ, the way Christ treats the church is Christ's bride. So that's how actually our marriage needs to flow like. Yeah. So what if Christ treats the bride, his bride, us being the church, a certain way, it means that's how I should treat my bride. Am I going to be as perfect as he is at it? No. But he is the example that I'm trying to be in my marriage. So if there's certain things that he does not do to his bride, it means I should not do those things.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? But if there's certain things he does with the bride, then it means that's how I'm supposed to do it. And so even with parenting, I have to look at how God the Father parents me.
Good.
Or, you know, how God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit relate to each other. So now I have to be, God is patient with me. He's kind. He's forgiving. He's generous. You know, he is always gracious, merciful. And he's always bringing out the best in me. He's placed certain things within me that have been there since the moment he had formed me in my mom's womb.
Yeah.
So now as time goes, he's patient with me as much as I take time to release those things and actually be aware of those things because they've always been aware. They've always been inside of me.
Yes.
So how I approach parenting now, it's a matter of like I have to be aware of what's inside of my son that God has placed within my son. And me and you have to be the vessel and instrument that help those things out of him.
Come on.
And make him be aware of them quicker than I was or than you were. Because we didn't necessarily grow up with, you know, our parents were not really as staunch in this whole faith thing, you know, as we are right now. And they were not also like, they were doing their best, they did their best. But now being who we are and recognizing what our call on the lives that we live are, we can't be nonchalant about certain things. So now it's a matter of like, I've seen what I like. I've seen what I don't like. I've seen what I'm good at and I've seen what I'm bad at. And I've seen what I can be great at and I've seen where I've slacked. So for our son, you ain't got no choice, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't no slacking.
Yes.
Ain't no sleeping on who you are.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be easier for him to recognize who he is at an earlier stage because we will be stewards of bringing that out of him.
So good. And one other thing that we spoke about prior actually to falling pregnant, even though it just happened that we fell pregnant, was how you didn't want to have kids you didn't want to raise kids who would have to spend a lot of time now going to therapy because of our errors.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of errors. And something we'll speak about. Our first year of marriage was quite difficult.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
It was very interesting, but we thank God.
I could say, I understand why a lot of marriages don't make it through the first year.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that one when we're led to.
You know, that's why sometimes we see some of your comments, and we love y'all, and we love the fact that you engage with us. Keep subscribing, click that notification bell, and keep telling your friends and sharing it. We love how you guys engage with us, and sometimes we see comments and we see people saying, "Oh my gosh, yeah, oh God, I want this. I want exactly what they have." And we sit and we think, well, are you willing to go through what we went through?
Yeah.
Are you willing to do what we had to do to get to this point?
Yeah, because it hasn't been all fancy smancy.
Yeah.
But we thank God that we're where we're at. We've learned, we're continuing to learn.
Yeah.
And the one thing that we are intentional about as well in our parenting is making sure that we continue to grow as parents.
Yeah.
I think the health of our child honestly does depend on the health of our marriage as well.
True.
And so, you know, if it means that we go to therapy, which is something that we want to do, we believe every couple actually, whether you're good or you're not, should at least go to therapy once a month. And so that's something that we are investing in now, going to therapy. It's for our health. You know, when we are healthy, we believe that our child or our children will be raised in an atmosphere of health, right?
Yeah.
Children are so sensitive and they really see. And I think a lot of households, a lot of people grew up in very unhealthy households, right?
Yeah.
And because of that, we've had a lot of childhood traumas and now we're having to heal from that and work our way back and all of that stuff. And I think it's up to us as the new generation to make sure that some of the mistakes or the errors that our parents, you know, had, we don't have. We learn from them, and that's how we break generational curses as well.
Yeah.
So definitely for us, therapy, it has to do with how we wanting to parent.
Jesus and therapy.
Jesus and therapy. What are what's one more practical tip?
I think here's how it is, and I think we were talking about whose characteristics or whose traits do you think Baby M's gonna take? And we were actually talking about it earlier on this morning, and I said both. Because I had realized that growing up, though I grew up without a father, I realized there's a lot of traits that I had that I can acknowledge that came from my mom's side.
Yeah.
And then I remember at my dad's funeral, one of my uncles was actually talking, and as he was talking, I said, "Damn, that's me."
Yeah.
But he was talking about my dad.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh, that's why it's very important for kids to grow up in one household, because you get to know yourself fully. Right? Yes, there's a huge identity that Christ gives us, but there's also a huge identity that our parents give us, and we can't neglect that, because for you to walk fully as yourself, you need to know your divine identity and your natural identity.
So what happens to those, Baba, who don't know their parents? Does it mean they're not fully aware of themselves?
Here's how I went through it. I knew there's certain characteristics that I have that were not from my mom, and they were not bad. They were good and bad, and I had acknowledged, oh, that's how I am, that's how I function. But also, not having a father, I had to look at other fathers. I had to look at other men, because I really do believe, and because I know it and I saw it for myself. Christ gives you examples to follow.
Definitely, I agree.
Mentors. I saw people from church. I saw men love on their families. Men be there, be present, be caring, be gentle. The first man that made it so easy for me to cry and be okay with my emotion was our pastor, Pastor Phil from Hillsong Church. So, and I realized, oh, it is okay for me to cry.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I wanted to say this about our traits. I love freedom. Because I always believe that Jesus sets you free, but people will set you in bondage. So I want him to be free in Christ. And part of that is recognizing that his life is not mine. Right?
Yeah.
So we are we are people that are going to help him grow, stay safe, and actually get to be the man that God has called him to be. But he's not mine. That's his own life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what I can only do is be an advisor to his life. What you can only do is be his advisor and actually guide, because true authority does not control, but it guides. Come on, somebody. I said true authority does not control, but it guides. So that's something I'm struggling with, to say it's his life.
Yeah.
I'm only a guidance.
We are stewards.
So there'll be certain decisions that he wants to make. He can say, "Dad, I want to go dance ballet." And I have to say, okay, that's your passion. That's what you love. That's cool. Let's go. Matter of fact, I'll be your biggest cheerleader. And there's also certain other things, topics that we've had this question asked before, to say, what happens when your son or your daughter comes home and say, I'm homosexual, or I'm this, or, I don't want to be, I'm attracted to the same sex. How do you handle that?
So I'm ready to have sex.
Yeah, or Dad, I've had sex already, Dad, someone's pregnant, or, or Dad, I'm smoking weed, or hitting hardcore drugs. How do you go about those things? Talk. You ain't saying much on this vid.
I'm sorry. I'm listening to him.
I got you captivated.
I definitely agree with what he's saying.
Yeah.
Definitely agree with what he's saying. And like he said, our reference point for parenting will always come from God. We look at him because he's the greatest father. He's a constant father. He's a committed father. He's not an irresponsible father. He's a good father.
Yeah.
And so he's our example. Yes, we have earthly parents that give us examples. And sometimes we give what we have, right? And so what we've seen from our parents, we give out. And something we spoke about yesterday as well.
Yeah, actually.
We give out. However, the beautiful thing about having God in our lives is he then teaches us. So we go through the process of unlearning some of the things that we learned from our own parents. And then he teaches us how to parent well. Yeah. He's a great parent. He parents well. So, he teaches us how to parent. So even with you guys, like we said, get your example from God. But anyway, please like.
Wait. That's everything I want to say. Yeah, I think I said a whole mouthful. Yes. And I think you just killed it too. It's the 4th installment of the YouTube channel. It's Coffee with the Mogales. Pretty fine shawty here about to give birth soon because she's been pregnant for over a year now. I won't tell you when she giving birth. You just see the baby.
I still have time.
Yeah, it is. There's 2 more years to go.
But thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Help us grow. I think we're on road to 20K.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. We are incredibly grateful for you guys.
Awesome.
Yes, and let's continue growing.
Stay healthy.
Yes.
Stay growing.
Stay praying.
All right
then.
That's Coffee with the Mohales.
And we'll give you vlogs soon. Don't worry.
She will, not me. I ain't doing
will.
that. Deuce gang. Bye.
Bye.